Hello, Reformers, and welcome back to Prophecy of Pendor. Now, when we left off, we had done battle with a vassal of the Kingdom of Salion, but unfortunately, as I attempted to retreat, he pursued us, which is actually a very puzzling thing for him to do. I really thought that he would back off, maybe go into the castle, but no, he is actually pursuing us. And that, in my opinion, is a very confusing action to take, because even though he is, well, reasonably well equipped to deal with us, and we do actually... Why do we have a pilgrim? Literally, why do we have two pilgrims here? Okay, well, we are going to bet. Yes, we are going to bet how incredibly fast these guys are going to die. So, what do you think? First 5 minutes? First 10 minutes? I'm not entirely sure, but... I'm gonna say myself probably... Probably not this battle, but if we do a siege, which is more than likely, but if we do a siege, then that is definitely going to be the place where they get taken out. So I'm gonna say first siege, maybe? That will be my bet anyway. So let us stand closer a little bit with our archers here, because I have a feeling they're not going to move at all. Yeah, of course. Well, I suppose that's why they've given us that amazing battle map. We'll actually make good use of it for once and move on here. Get up the hill. Oh no, this is just one of those times when you just know you're really going to be walking to your doom, because they have very good archers, as we know. So, yeah, we're going to have some difficulty maybe, but not as much. Oh my, yes they do. They have a lot of archers. Okay. Let's be a little bit cautious then, shall we? I was hoping that I might be able to bait them into coming over here. Maybe the infantry? Maybe the infantry would like a spot of tea, maybe? I don't think they're going to anytime soon. So we're going to see if we can just move to the top of the hill here. And this is going to mean that we have the most devastating volley possible. So I'm going to just stand here real quick, because, yeah, that was a good idea. That was a fantastic idea for us to do, wasn't it? Maybe? I'm actually unsure about that, really. I don't know whether that was really the greatest thing to do, but the Pendor Black Archers. Really? The Pendor Black Archers are absolutely insane, and I have no idea why our crossbowmen are running in against them. Okay. Well, that is amusing, but also quite effective, maybe. I mean, we have lost a huge amount of our units, but bear in mind that we have completely shut them down. They are unable to deal any more damage to us, apart from the reinforcements that have just spawned in. So, yes, obviously need to be careful of that, but as you can see, now we have the vantage point, and we are raining down death and destruction upon their spawn area. So, I have to say that's actually a reasonable sacrifice, shall we say. Oh, one of the pilgrims has been knocked unconscious, but not killed. So, oh, and the other one. Okay, so I guess those of you that thought he or they might be knocked unconscious in this battle, then I guess you win the jackpot. But, well, I suppose I was kind of insinuating them dying, so I don't know, to be honest. They are probably going to be dying sometime soon, but Anson saved them. Yes, Anson saved a couple of pilgrims who are not really going to contribute too much to the fight itself, so, not entirely sure, really, whether we should really bet on their livelihood, but come on, archers. There's only a couple left. You must be able to eliminate the rest. Really? Oh, yes, and there's also... oh, there we go. We're actually sliding across the ground. Oh, yes, how magnificent. Oh, maybe we can actually see something going on here. Oh, there we are. There we are. Now, he is... Oh, yes. He is just like... Oh, yes. I'm so content right now. This grass feels absolutely fantastic against my completely armored body. Yeah. He probably can't even feel that, apart from with his face. So, that's... that's probably not the greatest. But we did lose a huge amount of units, obviously. But Anson saved most of them. So, obviously... Yes, obviously they're all wounded now. And, of course, we now have the opportunity to take him prisoner, and I will be doing that because he is, frankly, one of the worst vassals I've ever come across, and he decided to continue to attack us, which, in my opinion, was a huge mistake, as we now have, well, eliminated him rather easily. And we do have another fellow over there who has Knights of the Lion, 24 of them. Now, 24 may not actually be even anything to worry about, but Knights of the Lion, they're pretty deadly. So maybe we need to be somewhat cautious. But, did you just see there? I think someone likes... Wait a minute, let's just take a look here. Ah, no, of course, I always go there for some reason for the recent messages. There we go. Donovan likes Lord Frederick. Okay, well, that's nice. Even though I actually have no idea why he's telling us that, considering Lord Frederick's no longer with us. Okay, well, he's not dead. No, I didn't insinuate that, but he is not in our party any further. So, yes, there is that to consider as well. Not entirely sure why he's telling us that now, but, I guess... it's rather nice. Yes, one out of 3 of the pilgrims survived that particular bout without being knocked unconscious or anything. Okay, so I think the best thing for us to do now is to retreat a little bit from Salian territory, rearm ourselves, and then we'll be able to head back into the territory and see what we can do. But right now, I'd like to just check on the status of upgrades for our knighthood order, because even though, oh my, Marius Imperator... is he attempting to take Avendor? If he attempts to take Avendor, we might actually be in with a chance of gaining 100,000 dinars from him, or his unique weapon. I personally do not really value his weapon that much, even though it is a very good one. We have Qualis gems invested in our weapon, and of course that means, in my opinion, that we really should continue to use it. It is just too valuable to give up, in my opinion. So, let's see what's going on here. Okay, so... I want to improve the equipment. 4 more days for the shield. That's pretty nice. And now milk sergeants. Okay, 1 more day. Okay, that's great. Very nice. So let us just head out here, restore ourselves a little bit, but I would like to get... I'd like to get something more here. I do have a couple of recruits here. Oh, Barclay Sappers. Okay, we'll put them in there. And wait a minute, do we have any Empire recruits? I don't see any Empire recruits right here. We do have a huge amount of Pendor Knights, which we could, in theory, make into, well, our own knights, of course, but, yes, I'm not entirely sure whether the lemons are ready to ride into battle. We do have a couple of milk sergeants as well. Bear that in mind. Oh, we do have lemon knights. There we go. But they, of course, do not have any good armor, so it would basically be pointless, in my opinion. We may as well try to get a critical mass of Pendor knights, lemon knights, and basically anything else that can level up into them, such as these Pendor noblemen, of course. And then we'll see where that goes. But let's just take some light infantry there. We could take some armored bowmen. The Pendor black archers really did impress me, but unfortunately I don't have any way of recruiting those, in my opinion, or at least as far as I'm aware. I haven't really done any research on those particular units, so I guess there's that. Now, is there anything else that I want to take here? Well, not particularly. That's a little bit disappointing, I have to say, but, well, that's just how it is. Unfortunately, Avendor is so far away from basically anything else apart from Marlians. Marlians is actually pretty close by, but obviously it's not our town, so kind of pointless for us to think about that. And oh yes, thank you very much, Sigismund. You're getting so irritated just from the fact that I missed 1 day of food, even though, well, we're right in a town, so technically the men could have taken time off and gone to the tavern, for example, and, well, gotten something to eat there, or whatever the case may be. But, okay, I guess fair's fair where that is concerned, but I guess he just gets really riled up from the fact that we didn't have 1 piece of food for 1 day, but I guess that's just him, isn't it? Yes. Ah, well. Okay, so hopefully Sir Jocelyn will be back soon as well. I'm pretty sure, I think he's going to be... there we go. They've upgraded their longsword. He's going to be back in about 13 days now, I think. Something along those lines. I'd like to get some more goods before I wait here for some time, just to make sure that Sigismund doesn't complain again. Let's get some more honey there. Thank you very much. And, oh, we could sell the various loot. There we are. That's actually going to pay for this and more. Well, that's very nice. There we are. And I'd actually like to go into the tavern here because I don't think I've actually checked out what's going on here. Ah, that is, of course, a traveler. Oh, hello there. Perhaps what is it? Ah, there we go. There's the map to Rain. So that has refilled the chest in Rain. So we could get some, I suppose, various loot there and various other things as well. I'm actually unsure what it actually restocks it with. I'm pretty sure it's various loot. And maybe something else, but not a Qualis gem, of course. We already have that. And I guess the best thing to do would be to head back to Avendor and then upgrade our sergeants with something else. I'm actually unsure what to go for now. Probably a shield of some sort. Yeah, probably a large shield. We don't really need it to be too, shall we say, durable? But, oh, whoa, okay. Okay, this is actually quite advantageous for us, as you can see. Look at that. I can't believe that. Agathon Legatus has been taken prisoner by the Kingdom of Ravenstern. How were they able to do that? I have no idea. How were they able to do that? Because he has literally, I think, 61 Iron Circle Centurions. They are better than Shadow Legion Centurions as far as I'm aware, and I could not even imagine anyone beating him with such a force. I mean, really. He is just going to brutalize anyone that comes across him, and I certainly did not want to deal any damage to him because of that. Oh, well, okay. I guess that's it. But, okay, so, wait a minute. Let's actually do something really fast before we upgrade them any further. And what we're going to do is we're going to take a look. So, 250 crossbows. Obviously, we took a look at the stats in the previous episode, and the Empire Armored Crossbowmen have 300 or 310, maybe 320, something like that. And hopefully we'll get a little bit more proficiency once Sir Jocelyn comes back. Now, they have a huge amount of Power Strike, huge amount of Iron Flesh, and, well, basically everything else is really good. Actually, really good. We could potentially make them into secondary cavalry, but of course we have already given the siege crossbows to them, so they're just going to do that. Now, I would like to get them additional bolts, but I feel as though a shield is going to be a lot more useful, because if I decide, oh, you know what, we're just going to charge in, because they do have 8 power strike, and that is going to make them into absolutely fiendish units in close quarters combat, of course. So, let's see here. I think a shield. Let's go for that. Let's see what they actually have right now. Yes, they do have that. And who knows, we may be replacing that at some point, because literally it's only 5,000. It's very, very cheap to do the weapons. And I think a nice shield will be a size shield, but what do we want? I'm actually unsure, because I don't really want to spend another 13,000 on their shield to actually match the knights, I think. So, yeah, it'd probably be a good idea to go for something a little less. And maybe we'll go for the Talon Kite Shield or something along those lines. Ooh, Order of the Lion Kite Shield actually seems pretty good, but it's only 4,000 cheaper. So, not particularly happy about that. I'm looking for something with huge size. It has to be a big, big size so that it just covers us completely. You know, that's exactly what we need. But, most of them do seem to be relatively average and small, so, yeah, that's kind of disappointing, I gotta say. But, well, I guess this is the best one. The Old Empire Shield, something along those lines. Yeah, I think we're going to go for that. I think we're going to go for that because it's reasonable HP, it's got some nice resistance, it has a really nice size, and the speed rating is pretty reasonable as well, and of course it's only 3,000 to upgrade. So that's really nice. There we go. That's actually pretty cool. And then we'll head onward. Oh yes, there we go. Okay, so are we fully rejuvenated? Yes, we are. So all that is left to do is make our way back to Talon Castle. I'd really like to take it, but it really depends on what kind of vassals are there, and, well, see what kind of situation is actually going on around there. We are getting a huge amount of noble recruits, I have to say, and I am incredibly pleased about that, because we are definitely going to be running with our custom knighthood units very, very soon, and you can imagine, if I'm able to recruit, I don't even know, 100, 150 of them, and they are as good as, well, hopefully they're gonna be, then I don't think anything can actually stop us at that point. So we're gonna see, obviously, you never know. Maybe something will happen that will derail that particular plan, like Avendor being besieged once again, and maybe them attempting to take it to prevent us from actually creating one of the strongest knighthood orders in all of Pendor. You never know. The tea and biscuits may be strong in them. Yes, potentially. Well, let's see. Let's see what we're able to do against this cavalry force. Maybe deal a little bit of damage to them. Yes, thank you very much. Yes. We're bringing tea to them, lads. Let's do this. Yep, maybe. No? Okay, apparently my horse is completely drunk on biscuits. Oh, yes. I really should not have fed him biscuits, but I guess he really just wanted them. He was looking at me with those eyes, and he was just like, yes, please give me some. And I just could not resist. I could not resist it, so I gave him some biscuits, and he was very, very happy for about 15 minutes, and then he just wanted more and more, and it was absolutely awful. Oh, absolutely terrible. Such a traumatic experience, but, well, we are actually okay, and he seems relatively happy. As you can see, he's in healthy spirits. He has not taken any damage whatsoever. That must be the biscuits causing him to dodge every single attack. Unfortunately, Bertild is not as lucky, and he has taken all of the damage so far by taking a very large pike in the face early on in this battle, so... Let's see if I'm able to take that guy out. There we go. And, oh yeah, now we just have a couple... Oh, there's the first pilgrim! The first pilgrim has been killed. Oh my. Okay, so anyone that had the... What is it? Second battle? You win nothing, in actual fact. Yes, there's actually no jackpot whatsoever. I suppose you just win the esteem of being able to say that you guessed when the first pilgrim was gonna perish, I suppose. Yeah, that seems to be the way it goes anyway. Yeah, there we go. One pilgrim has been eliminated. What about the others? Where are the others? Ah, apparently they haven't been eliminated at all. No. Okay, well, he was able to escape. Kind of unfortunate. But we have now found the clone, or the twin brother of that particular pilgrim that perished. And apparently he has now rejoined company. Oh, yes. Oh, great. Not particularly happy about retrieving pilgrims all the time. I would much prefer it if they had high-tier units that are just beastly in combat and other things like that, of course, but, yes, it's not going to happen very often. Now, let's see, how many pilgrims... Yeah, we have 3. We have 3 pilgrims once again. Okay, so, I guess it's just going to be a very long, drawn-out battle that is actually going to have them die at some point, so I guess once we get to the castle here, we're going to see what's going on. Ooh, Sidonius, hello there. You have a lot of gladiators, a lot of knights, and horsemen. Oh, never mind. Never mind. I have no idea what it is, but the Empire vassals all appear to have absolutely amazing, unique units. As you can see, he has Guardian Empire Knights. I have no idea how good they are, but I can only assume that they are a step up from the regular Empire Knight, and I can just say that they are beastly just in themselves, so yeah, that would be pretty harsh for us to do anything like that. So I guess we're just going to take on Talon Castle here. We are eliminating as many of them as we can so that they reduce their defensive pressure around in the territories here. Okay. So what do they have? They don't really have anything that I'm too scared of. They just have armored longbowmen and various other things, but, well, let's just see. Shall we try it? I think we should try it. There are no other vassals in the area right now anyway, so let's just see. Maybe we'll be somewhat lucky. It doesn't really happen to Bertild that often, so we're going to have to cross our fingers. Oh, hello there. I was able to snatch Lord Frederick from his pursuit of those farmers. I think he was actually pursuing some farmers. What honorable work, Frederick. Yes. Thankfully enough, I have snagged him into this encounter and will actually get his assistance, which is actually rather nice. Now, I do really prefer to allow the AI to do whatever it wants to do, because usually that will result in a lot more fun, in my opinion, because, well, the dynamic events that happen, and I don't particularly mean dynamic as in extremely dynamic, like, oh yes, something happened from A and then it went all the way to Z or X or whatever, but I'm talking about the AI actually acting on its own and doing what it thinks is best. I feel as though games that allow you to play alongside AI, like some sports games, and, well, generally every game actually allows you to play alongside AI, but something where it is actually imperative that they help you, then having something like that happen, like Lord Frederick just coming along randomly, that's actually a really fun mechanic, and that's mainly the reason why I don't really like to call for campaigns that often. And we have just been shot in the leg, or in the waist. Now, that's kind of painful. I would definitely say that. Yes, that is very, very painful indeed. Ow, ow, how dare you? Now I'm being shot in the shoulder. No. Okay, well, we're gonna have to get our units over here. Let's try and see if we can get our archers into a nice position. I'm gonna try and see if I can get into a little bit of cover here, because, yeah, I'd like to tell them to stand closer at least twice, so that we can at least fit them on this very small area of ground in front of the castle. Obviously, the Mettenheim units are absolutely atrocious in battles such as this, because, of course, they have no shield. So, I guess the only thing I can do is kind of charge them in. Maybe I can actually charge them in. I really don't want to do that, to be honest, because it's going to mean that Frederick's force is a lot weaker for this, and even though it is going to help us a great deal, if they're able to actually deal damage at all, which doesn't seem to be the case right now. No, they're just being taken out. That's unfortunate. It must be mainly due to the archers, to be honest, because the Salian infantry are really not that dangerous. Obviously the knights kind of are quite dangerous, but everything else is mediocre at best. But yeah, I'm kind of a bit worried about the fact that the archers are now getting free shots against the Mettenheim unit, and of course they just have two-handed shields. I mean, their great swords are going to absolutely cut through any unit that is going to oppose them. Like, for example, look, we've already made headway here, but we're being cut down so fast because we've already been weakened by the volley of arrows that has taken over this area here. And it doesn't help when this happens. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I really don't know. I am speechless. I really have no words for the stupidity of the AI, especially when it comes to crossbows right here. I mean, I told them to hold position in the front, and yeah, that's perfectly fine, but now they are expected to charge, as you can see, because I've been taken out, and they're not doing that. So I guess I'm going to have to retreat once again. We did take out 56 of the enemy's units, and most of them were pretty high tier. We took out 3 halberdiers, but the main thing is the longbowmen. Really want to eliminate them. We took out 6 more armored longbowmen as well. It's a war of attrition, really. This is a war of attrition, and we can't really do much more than that. Obviously, I'd like to leave Lord Frederick with a couple of his unique units, because they are just going to absolutely destroy anything that they come across, but yeah, we're probably going to leave him to it right now. And I'm actually going to do a little bit of progress off screen before the next episode. I'd like to try and see whether I can weaken the garrison here a little bit further. But we have upgraded our knighthood order and done a little bit of other kingdom management related things. So, without further ado, I will end this episode off here. I thank you very much for watching, and I will see you next time.